I need good light in here. This is just not it.
All right then. All right. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the
Hello.
second episode of the Blaque Falcon podcast. Before I get into my introducing my very special guest, just to give a massive and warm thank you to everyone who has joined the family over the past few weeks, in fact, should I say this whole year. Because of all this confusion and this annoying nonsense that's been coming on to everyone. It's been affecting everyone in one way or another. Thank you for sticking with the family, and of course, because you stuck with us, we're always going to stick with you, and the Falcon will always keep on flying. And of course, we wouldn't be able to do that without all of you guys. So peace and love and respect to all of you. So this is our second episode. The first episode, of course, we recorded that in a very well lit, in a quality studio, but of course, because of COVID and because of the situations we're in, we are having to improvise and use Zoom and kind of just and keep the Blaque Falcon story flying, really, and kind of just making sure that we're staying consistent with our approach, with our direction, and with our storytelling. And that's exactly what we're here for. So I trust that everyone listening will gain some sort of business insights and benefits and inspiration behind everything. And anyway, without further ado, let's kick into it. So I would like to introduce my guest. In fact, she can introduce herself. Go for it. Who are you?
My name is Vanessa. I'm the owner of Greekbutterfly Beauty. I carry out eyelash treatments, brow treatments, and facial treatments. And also, during 2020, at the start, I decided to finally launch my own lash line. So with all the lash essentials that every lash artist needs. Unfortunately, was launched during the lockdown, but what can you do? What can you do?
Well, what we can do is be creative with ourselves, and that's what we're doing right now. We're not kind of just waiting for things to kind of get better for us to kind of keep moving. We're just
go back to normal.
Exactly, the new normal. We're kind of making things normal for ourselves. We're warriors out here, and that's what we're doing. Oh, and here's a little bit of trivia for everyone listening. Vanessa is actually one of our very, very first Falcon people ever. If you actually go into, yeah, exactly. If you go into the archives, you'll actually see her actually modeling inside our very, very first photo shoot that we ever did. You see her on all over our YouTube page and also on the website too. You'll see Vanessa there too as well, with the afro out and everything. And yeah, that was a funny day because I was surprised that you were quite just a little bit camera shy under there. I kind of thought, come on, Ness, it's you, man. You know what to do. Yeah, because, but it's all right. But sorry, we had a good day. Everyone involved had a good day.
Yeah, it's just different because everyone was there watching you in front of the camera, whereas when I'm usually in front of the camera, no one's watching me but me. Yeah. So yeah, it was different. But I'm no model, so it was different to, like, you know, get all my angles. How do I pose in this to show off your garments? So yeah, it was a good day. It was
ended up really well.
2017.
2017, yeah, but we're still here, and that's and that's actually the same year roughly when you started Greekbutterfly Beauty, though, wasn't it? Roughly.
Same year. I passed in 2016, so I've been doing treatment since 2016, but the full-on lash experience, I'd say early 2017. So yeah, that year.
So okay, so let's get into, obviously we all know who you are now, so let's get into your education and your background and where did you go to school, your college, all of that?
So I grew up in East London, went to school in East London, Leighton, Walthamstow area. So I went to primary school near home. I'm based in Walthamstow, East London. Went to primary school, went to reception, would you call it? You know, reception before school, went there as well in Leighton school. Then I went to secondary school, which was a new school called the Lammas School at the time. We was like the second year there, so we were almost the guinea pigs. It was a funny experience, fun times. I'd love to be a kid again. And then I went to Epping Forest College. So I studied there. I studied fashion and textiles and art as well. And then from there, I went to university, University of Hertfordshire, and I continued the fashion work. Yeah, I continued that. I was doing fashion construction and design, but I'm a uni dropout, so I left a year and a half later. But it was kind of a good decision because it wasn't exactly what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I was just about to say that probably wasn't the worst decision in the world, because
No,
that's helped you spread your wings and kind of fly,
yeah.
pun intended.
Don't get me wrong, I've still got all the experience. I know how to make garments from scratch, so I've got it all. So it's a good learning curve. But yeah, it's definitely not something that I would have wanted to stick with, I think. Even though I still like fashion now, it's not really my thing.
Say that you kind of took all your education from the fashion, textiles, construction knowledge and put that into building the Greekbutterfly beauty brand then?
I'd say yeah, because another fun fact, my logo, I actually designed myself before it got computerized. But before I started the beauty, I was actually making little leather pouches for mainly for bloggers and just to go out and just to do something on the side. And I actually used my original logo for that. Then I rejigged it, computerized it, and turned it into my beauty thing. So I've always, had that creative side in me. You've gone mute again.
Don't you hear me now?
Yeah, you might need to come a bit closer.
I'll come closer. I'll come closer. So you've always been a creative individual yourself then. So what actually inspired you to get into beauty yourself then? What kind of sparked, okay, cool, I can make people good looking like me?
Do you know what it was? I wanted to actually do hair and beauty in college, but my mum was like, no, you don't really want to do that, continue with fashion, etc. So I've always been into fashion and beauty, but I just ended up going down the fashion route. But then I started beauty off my own back because I was actually going to get my eyelashes done all the way in South London. So traveling from east to south to get one treatment for a couple hours is a long journey. And I saw her and she was literally just working in her bedroom, had her beauty bin on the side. She even had like a little waiting area, so people were actually sitting there waiting until it was our turn, kind of thing. And that was her livelihood. And just to see that makes me think, wow, like you can actually build something like that. And then she eventually turned into getting her own studio space in a salon. So it just shows that you can grow if you really put your mind to it. And that sort of inspired me to actually continue and push more treatments in the beauty, because I started doing lash lifts only, and I thought it's different than lash extensions, let's go the other direction and do lash lifts instead. And people do have them, but everyone's more on the extension side instead. So when I kept on going to her, I was thinking, do you know what, this actually could be more popular, and because it's still quite new, why not just go for it as well? And I've just built it from there. So that was my little inspiration.
What was the pathway in order to kind of get yourself, actually, okay, let's take it back then. So educate me then a little bit, because I'm quite ignorant, obviously, about lashes. So what are permanent lashes then? So you do permanent lashes as well then, do you?
Yeah, so basically a lash lift, you lift your own eyelashes with a permanent solution and a nourishment at the end. And that's just a more natural, low maintenance way of having nice looking eyelashes than a more natural way. The lash extensions, I don't know if you can see it like this, what I've got is basically one false hair. So it's actually PVT fibers, which is basically plastic hair that you literally glue onto your natural lash, so it looks like an extension, like your eyelashes have been extended basically. So that's
okay.
lashes.
So obviously, because it's permanent, okay, obviously I'm
Semi-permanent.
Semi-permanent, so I can take them off at some stage when I feel like I don't really need the
not necessarily. They'll drop off as your lashes shed off, or unless the glue starts to debond. So that's why they last longer. These last for about, if you want an infill, maybe 3 weeks, or if you leave them just to drop out, I've had anywhere between 5 weeks to 8 weeks. Some people have still had lashes on, but like a few left. So it does last quite long.
So to get to having all this technical knowledge that you have and what you just explained, what was the pathway? Was there a course that you had to take, or was it, because I think it was a bit of both, because with me, I obviously didn't get my first degree in fashion or in writing anything. It was in construction. So when it came down to fashion, it was just more of my natural enthusiasm with storytelling that got me into where I am now, just doing t-shirts and doing jackets, etc. With the books, I've always been naturally into books, movies, music, all of that. That was just a natural thing for me. So for me to take a university course in creative writing would have probably put me off of writing in the first place. So for me, I had to basically take my experience in studying construction and also being on site in construction to actually utilize all my experiences in that and actually pull that and also bring that into this. And then obviously people may think, well, how could you incorporate, laying bricks with fashion? Well, fashion or any business in general is very much a people thing. And when you're working in a construction site, you're very much interacting with people, because I was a trainee construction manager. And what you're basically doing is you're very much dealing with people every single day. Bricklayers may need this, the carpenters may need that, they need this, the skips may have to arrive at some date, someone has to order in.
Plus your clients.
And then you got to deal with your clients, you got to deal with customers. And then I've also, and I think you did too, you also had some fashion retail experience too. So I worked in Abercrombie, you worked in the Sting. We kind of just have that kind of that natural, okay, what does this individual require? Okay, how can
Customer
I tailor?
service takes you a long way to any sector that you work in. So that's definitely like a base thing. You have to know how to speak to people and approach people and things like that. And obviously working in the places that we work, whether it's retail or construction, you always have that base to go from.
Exactly. Absolutely. So what was the pathway? Was there, so just going back to my original question then, was it like a course that you take to kind of put on top of your natural enthusiasm to kind of get this construction knowledge of the lashes and the beauty and the treatments? What was the educational pathway that you took? Did you take?
I've done many courses. So I first started off with the lash lift course. That was in 2016, and I was just doing lash lifts and tints only because that's all I had. When it got to 2017, early 2017, I thought, let me do lash extensions. So again, I'd done another course on that. And these were day courses because it's called like a practitioner's course. So I done both of those in a day each. And then I thought, let me branch out a bit. I like eyebrows. Let me do eyebrows. So I done another day course in that. And then I thought, let's just do the face. So then I sort of carried on building it, done the face, but I done a single course again on the face. And I thought, do you know what? Why don't I just have a foundation and just do it all? So that's when I went into doing the full level 3 beauty therapy course. So that covered everything from nails, pedicures, massages, everything. That was everything. And it's sort of like, no matter where I go now, whether I do all those treatments or not, at least I'll be able to do them if I need to. So it's sort of just good to have everything. So I practice everything. I tried everything. I had customers for everything, but some things weren't for me. So hence why I stuck with the whole face situation in the end. But yeah,
back rubs and massages wasn't ready for you then?
No. My sister especially keeps begging me for these lava show massages. Not doing it. Not doing it. But yeah, it's good. It's just good knowledge to have, because beauty therapy is not just carrying out treatments. There's a lot of science behind it, like real science. I had to learn about veins and arteries and how to massage someone so it doesn't affect any like thing in their body. Like there's a lot to it. Even you go to the shop and go get your nails done. Does anybody ask you if you've got any nail diseases? No, they don't, because they're probably not as knowledgeable because they haven't actually studied the science behind what they're doing. So there is a lot to it, a lot.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you know much about the nail diseases? I mean, obviously, I'm not going to go to the nail shop in any time soon, but
no, I had no clue about nail diseases. The only thing I knew was stuff like hangnails or bits of skin coming off, or if your nail is discolored from certain polishes. Like I knew things like that. If your nail was suffocating, I knew things like that. But when they came out with all these crazy words, and there was probably over 40 nail diseases that we never would have known of, I had no idea. I had no idea. Even eye disease, we learned a few of them on our day course, but not as much or in depth as we did on our level 3 beauty course. So there's literally so much to learn, and that sort of should be everyone's foundation before they go off into these day courses. So yeah, it is a lot.
So why do you think they don't really publicize? Well, when I say they, why do you think it's not publicized about these easy infections that you can get with nails and with your hands and your eyes and feet, etc.? Why do you think that's not put out there?
I feel more, it's like, it's quite rare for someone to have certain diseases, but at the same time, certain diseases are quite common, but it's not really known to anyone. They might just see it as, oh, my nail is discolored, or my eye is slightly swollen. They may not think nothing of it. They may just think, oh, I'm tired, my eye's a bit swollen. But really, there could be something actually behind it before we stick a lash extension on. They could end up having an infection or something, like we don't know. So most clients don't actually know if there's actually something wrong with them until it gets to that stage where it looks physically like there is something wrong with them. So yeah, we don't really learn these things in day courses because, again, it's just a day of learning. You don't really have time to squeeze every single thing in. So if I'm honest, if you're going to get into beauty, I would highly recommend doing a level 2 or level 3 beauty course, just to have that background and science behind it. Yeah.
What kind of treatment is your favorite then? Do you like to kind of give? What's like the one that you kind of just think, oh, good, I've got this client, I'm going to give this one to this one, I'm going to give it the best one ever? Like, I don't want to make it seem as if your best treatment is, I don't want to make it seem as if this treatment is going to be better than the others, but what one do you kind of have fun the most giving?
Lash extensions.
I know what my favorite one is.
I'll say why. I say lash extensions, one, because it's very therapeutic when I'm actually carrying it out. I am there for about 1.5, sometimes to 3 hours, depending on the style of lashes that someone has. I just love doing it, and I love it because you can see the before. Even though I don't post before pictures, I like to see the before and after from my view, and their reactions in the mirror once their lashes are like vroom, like, you know, just there. So I love that treatment. I love that treatment. And then obviously brows go hand in hand, so I'd say that's my second, hand in hand with lashes. And then obviously the microdermabrasion, that's literally like one of my fave facial treatments.
That's my favorite one, so it's the only one that I can have.
Literally. So yeah, it is my favorite. Don't get me wrong, men have brow waxes too. I've done men brow waxes.
Really?
You can do like your unibrow in the middle. Obviously, it won't look as sharp as mine because you don't want that, but you could do the bit in the middle. And also I do just the bottom here on some men because their brows sort of like almost come close to their eyelid. So just to open up this area a little bit. I don't fully shape the whole eyebrow. It's just sort of like a tidy up.
I'll give the family my feedback about the microdermabrasion facial. I've had 3 of these now, and it feels like a Hoover is basically trying to suck your skin up first. I think what you do is you basically just kind of moisturize the skin a lot, where you damp it down, you moisturize the skin, and then you kind of get the machine, and then you kind of just get all the dead skin and all the
moisture actually comes from the steam. So the steam sort of gets the blood circulating in the skin, gives you that plump look because obviously the blood is flowing around your face now. Then it also opens up your pores. So when I do the microderm, it not only exfoliates your face, but it does suck out all the little bits as well because you can feel it, and it just sort of captures it in a little filter pad. And then, yeah, I usually show you guys after what your face looks like.
So, because I saw a few YouTube videos of Pharrell and how he keeps himself looking so young. He just says he exfoliates like crazy, and I was like, "Well, I do that too." But it's like, but it's amazing. It is good.
Yeah, it is key because you need your new skin to come through. and it just makes it faster. So your skin actually regenerates after 28 days. So every 28 days, your new skin comes through. So if you exfoliate, you're sort of fastening that process. So yeah, you can look even fresher every 28 days.
So you're saying we should get facials once a month then, roughly? Just roughly.
You're supposed to. So for example,
you cut out a little bit.
So you would come every month to something that's come up. They would come maybe every 3 weeks. Yeah, maybe every 3 weeks, just so we can quicken that, like fasten that process for them as well. But yeah, normal skin every month you should have a facial.
Sorry, no, we cut off just a little bit there because I don't know. I think it must have been the Wi-Fi connection, but it's okay. I think we got the point anyway, so that's cool. Yeah. So microdermabrasion, yes, I'm gonna be aiming to get another one done, probably either because I'm traveling next month, so probably at the end of this, well, after lockdown, I guess. That's it. So okay. So anyway, 2020 for Greekbutterfly Beauty. How did you? If you can kind of just give us a summary, then what was your activities? Actually, no, let's talk about your event that you did last year. I was there and a few other friends of ours were there. What was that like? Because that was before the pandemic. That was just a few months before the pandemic. Yeah.
And before Greekbutterfly Beauty products as well. That was before that. So the event last year, November 2019, myself and one other person held a beauty event. It was a small event. I think there was 9 of us vendors. And we carried out treatments. People were selling their products, whether it's handmade or manufactured, like distribution. It was a really, really fun day. And it was my first ever event. So of course, stressed, panicked, but overwhelmed. Like it did turn out to be a really, really good day. And I think it was more of a platform for not just myself, but for the others to actually get a bit more confident with themselves, because some of the vendors that were there had only just started making their products. Like this was their first almost selling to a wide range of customers in person, because they'd never done any events before. So we was all in the same boat. So yeah, it was a really, really good experience. And if you go on my page and check them out, you will see how much they have grown already in 1 year. Like it's actually insane. We was also covered by Scratch magazine, which is a really top nail magazine. So they covered our event as well in their magazine. And yeah, we just got a really good vibe from everyone and really good feedback from customers and from the vendors that we did have there. And yeah, it was just really, really good. Like we was meant to have another one this year, but Rona. So yeah, fingers crossed for next summer. We hope.
It was really impressive how organized it was. Because I've been in other events similar to that, and it was very well put together. I've been involved. I've also been a vendor in a few events as well, selling a Blaque Falcon as well, and it was just very well set up, very well organized. Everyone else had their chance to shine. It was obviously it's obviously not obviously beauty's not my industry, but it's kind of my industry, because obviously clothes are part of beauty too. But I just felt that it was very well organized. Everyone had their chance to shine, but it was as if people are giving themselves the platform to be who they want to be, rather than relying on the typical corporate structure in order to get themselves to where
it's more of a community thing.
More community based. And what's happened now because of the pandemic, and what I'm seeing now is we're seeing less reliance on corporations, on more and more awareness given to smaller businesses now, which
100%. Yeah. So I'm actually quite glad that we done that last year, because that was sort of like a get the ball rolling on smaller businesses. Yeah, and I'm actually so glad we done that and managed to do that before this situation happened. So yeah, we're definitely going to continue doing more, just when we can, really. Yeah, so I'm excited. I just want this to all be over with.
yeah. Everyone does. Yeah, man, everyone does too. So okay, so let's get on to 2020 then. How were you able to kind of maneuver yourself around then? So January, February, March, everything was going just as normal, was it?
I'd say half of March. Half of March, yeah. So January and February. Do you know what's actually mad? So near the end of last year, everyone was planning big 2020 plans.
Yeah.
People were hosting events. I had further courses booked. I even had a lady lash artist from Los Angeles that was California, that's meant to be coming over, and she was meant to be teaching us. And I had all these courses booked. Everything was paid for, organized, set up, ready to go through. I had events every single month for the first 6 months this year, and I only managed to get to 3 in February and in January. It was the best 2 months of this year so far. And then from March, I thought, great, I can finally launch my products, because months of testing in 2019, I finally got them, because obviously certain countries had the pandemic before us. Finally got the products, and then I launched literally 2 weeks before lockdown. So that was a big challenge for me. Yeah, because obviously we couldn't work. We didn't end up working until mid-August. So it was a struggle to, one, not only start a new venture, but two, to work on not my clients, but other lash artists to purchase my products. So it was really hard, I'm not going to lie on that. But we did manage to sell them. So yeah, it was just really, really difficult, really difficult. And then we had that sort of moment from August the 15th, I think we was open, August 15th until now. So literally only a few months to, regain all the money that we lost throughout the summer this year, to only be shut down again. So, and since March, I've launched more than one product. So it's just sort of been an ongoing thing. So I'm kind of used to these lockdown launches, So, and I think as much as we all don't like this virus and the lockdown, I think part of it has been a blessing in disguise, because we've managed to, not even just me, like a lot of us have still managed to thrive and get our items, products, or anything out there. And we've had that time to not only relax, even though we're slightly stressed, not only relax, but also have time to actually build on our clientele. So I think that's like a plus. And especially all the content that everyone's bringing out, everyone's obviously at home getting creative with it. So I have enjoyed seeing all of that, whereas with our normal day-to-day lives and working, we wouldn't have had all that content that we did, or the communication that we have had in the last few months. So I think it has been partially a blessing in disguise for most of us. Yeah.
I mean, I can give you my experience. Ever since we came back out of lockdown, because obviously I'm not working full time for anyone now. I'm working on my own.
Mm.
Most of my human interactions were now in my local gym now, and that's where pretty much grew a whole new client base who weren't exactly looking for preppy products. They were just looking for gym wear.
Yeah,
and I had one particular dude in the gym, I won't say his name, but because I know he's shy like that, but he knows who he is, because he got some new stuff over the weekend. He just kept on reminding me, Kenny, you got to get some gym wear out there, man. You got to get some gym wear. And at that time, I wasn't able to do that, because I was still focused on work and trying to get my qualifications done. And it's only when I came back in work and going into gym and spending more time in the gym, getting involved in the spin classes, yoga classes, and just really connecting with other people now I've actually focused a lot of my attention in creating more new products, but products that are going to be suiting the times. So gym stuff, gym vests, gym shirts, and I got a really good positive reception when I put the ladies' crop tops on my story.
Oh my God, when I saw that, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah,
when I
looked
saw
good.
that,
It looked good. The reception I was getting from the ladies on my story was good, very positive. So
you know what it is, from that photo alone, you can see the quality. Like, you know me already, and maybe some other people, like even your leggings, they're not just plain leggings. You can see on the side that they've got the panels going down as well, so you know it's going to be shaped, you know it's stretchy. Even the cropped tops as well, you know that the cups are securely there, so you're not just like, flying everywhere. Like, you can tell already that the quality is there again.
I had to be, just to be a little bit technical, I had to be very, very careful, always with women's wear, because obviously I don't put on a bra or put on lashes or anything like that. So I had to ask a few girls in the gym, what kind of leggings do you prefer? Because I used to notice that there would be, most girls would wear in the gym vests. Sometimes some girls who are a bit more curvier, they'll wear t-shirts, but girls who are a lot more confident, who are like sporty, gym, they'll be on the crop tops and the leggings, full on, like the real confident girls. So I just thought, okay, I might as well just touch all base and just get a t-shirt, vest, and crop top and leggings, just to get the full set out there. And guys are more simple. We just want t-shirts, hoodies, and that's it. But anyway, that's that. So yeah, future's bright for both of us, which is good. 100%. We make it work for ourselves. So okay, so in closing, what's next then for GBB then? I mean, obviously it's a bit difficult to tell now, but if we were to just click our fingers and just say, I don't know, let's say January, everything goes back to normal. The nightclubs are open. Costa is opening up. Everything opens up a little bit. Yeah.
We are due a big night out. That is all I'm saying.
Yeah. We are. When I come back. Yeah, definitely.
We need to celebrate all our birthdays in one. We need to celebrate everything in one, wherever it's close.
Don't worry, man. We're planning it. I'm saving up, man. I'm saving up for that flight ticket. We're doing it.
Everything this year, no matter what we've achieved, big or small, we're celebrating every single thing in that one night. I told you, we're not going home. But yeah, going on, I would say in January. So I have products at the moment, but I have 3 new products coming out, and it will be before Christmas. And I'm smiling because I'm actually quite happy it's before Christmas, because I've got a few little Christmas plans. So yeah, I'm quite excited about that. Depending how things go, I might have the rest of my, what do I call it, a collection. So I may have the final 2 products also before Christmas. But
are you allowed to mention what these products are? Or are you going to keep it a mystery for
They are lash products. They're still lash products. I did say that one of them is going to be a sealant. So I'll just quickly explain. A sealant is basically for people who have extensions like me. At the end of a set that I do, it's like a little tiny brush, and you literally just pass it over the base of the lashes, and this will actually hold your lashes for longer than, so for example, when I said your infill is 3 weeks, your infill may last an extra week and a half because that sealant's there. And then you would also give that to the client. So the client, it's like an aftercare retail product as well for the client to take home. So they'll then add it 3 to 4 times a week on their own eyelashes. So it not only promotes their growth and health of their lashes, but it also makes the extensions last longer, which of course everybody wants. So that's one product, and then the rest are all other liquids, prep and prime, I'm going to call it. Yeah, so very exciting. Treatment wise, can't really say because we don't know what's happening. Will we open in December? We don't know.
So okay, if I can just be a little bit nosy, then you can tell me if I'm overstepping a little bit. Are you going to be doing some extra kind of treatments, because I noted mentally that you were going to do a course for more stuff, for more treatments? Then are you going to be doing more intensive treatments with the face, or maybe massages? I know you don't like doing it, but are you gonna be looking for more treatments, or different types of treatments?
No, so the courses that I was meant to do was to further my skills within lashes. So I was going to further my skills within lashes. With the facials, I was actually going to order a couple more devices just to add into treatments, so to have them as add-ons. So for example, you've got these things called ice globes. So they're like these 2 little globes that you literally roll over the face. So once your treatment is finished, you would basically lock cold air and cold locks in everything in your face. At the end of the treatment, I would essentially go over with those globes. And also with your microdermers, you like the whole suction thing, there's also vacuum suction. So that's also an option as well to have in treatment. So just little add-ons to facials, but I'm not going to change it completely because I'm sort of lash focused at the minute. But yeah, so mainly lashes, but yeah, just a few add-ons. Yeah.
So okay, one last question then. So I'm coming out of the gym, I'm obviously warm, bit sweaty and that, then what kind of shower? Because what I tend to do is I tend to go for a swim. Well obviously I I rinse myself just by the
Yeah.
pool shower and then I go for a swim. Would you
Mm.
suggest that a cold shower will be best for my pores then?
Not yet. So once you finished in the swimming pool, obviously chlorine and everything's not good for your skin. Once you get home and have a shower, have your normal hot shower as normal, wash, lava, clean your face, everything, because that you're opening up your pores, taking all the dirt out. Then once you get to the end of your shower, turn it down a bit so it's lukewarm, not freezing cold, just a bit lukewarm, so you're not really feeling the heat, and that will eventually close your pores before you get out of the shower.
Okay, well that's what I do anyway. But
Yeah,
I was just wondering because because I did hear that obviously when you're sweaty, your pores are opening up. Sometimes I go
yeah,
into the sauna and the steam room too, just to open it up and just
yeah,
to get everything out, which is good.
it's
But then
needed.
in my mind, I'm thinking, should I just go for a cold shower just to kind of close everything up quickly? But
Right at the end, right at the
right
end.
at
So
the end,
lukewarm
yeah.
to cold, right at the end. So once you've actually opened up your pores, cleaned out all your dirt and everything, then go in with cold, lukewarm to cold near the end, and then you'll be fine.
Okay then. So that comes to the end of today's episode. I know it's shorter than how it was before, but I know everyone's got different attention spans. So I thought I'd kind of just shorten today's episode just a little bit because I think we hit all the main bases anyway.
Yeah.
So where can people find you?
So I've switched that up a bit as well. Oh, so basically my products page where all your lash supplies will be on Instagram at Greek Butterfly Beauty. My treatments page will be Greek Butterfly Salon. So that will be all for clients, all your lash, brow and microdermabrasion treatments, all your little tips and tricks on there as well. Whereas lash artists will have their tips and tricks on the Greek Butterfly Beauty page. And also on my website, you'll find everything there at greekbutterflybeauty.com.
So with those different Instagram pages, one, you said tips and tricks. Are those for like, how people can maintain their lashes after the treatments or?
Yeah. So I will split it. So one page will be just for lash artists and how to carry out their works, or maybe tips and tricks of like, how to do their work, and obviously my products. And then on the clients page, it will be solely directly aimed at my clients and any potential clients. So how to, even from how to come for a patch test, what to expect, how to take care of your skin, your lashes, your brows, and processes and things like that. And obviously seeing photos of my work. So I have separated it just so I don't want everyone to sort of get mixed up or see irrelevant things on my page. So I just thought I'd solely focus on both of them separately. Yeah.
All right. Well, that concludes today's episode. You know where to go. I've had my facial. I'm definitely getting another one. You know where to go. All right. Peace and love. Next episode.
Thank you.